got Brandon back in again for the week of.
Nice to
As
have
always, my day one guy.
me. Yes, sir.
So what's been going on, Brandon?
Nothing much. Been working out. Down 30 pounds so far in the last 3 months. So things are going pretty well so far. Brought in the new year. Same old. Everything was live as can be down on Clematis Street. You wouldn't even know that there was a virus even existing at all, which it was pretty cool to see how many people were out there, how much fun everyone was having. And then I really hated to see a lot of my friends back up north. They couldn't do nothing at all. Delaware, New Jersey, yep, everything was locked down. And down here, it's almost as if none of it even existed, which that's the crazy part of all of this.
So what happened with the stock market? That you went to Gary because you were getting killed?
I've been getting killed. Oh, my gosh. I've been losing money out the ass. 10 grand here, 15 grand here. I mean, it starts to hurt a little bit. I was on a hot streak. I mean, I've only been in the game since last October, so still pretty new to all of this. So with that being said, you get on a hot streak. When I was jumping in on everything, that was when the market was taking a straight V all the way back up. And then since getting in there, you don't realize how up and down the market normally is day to day, week, on a daily basis. So that's the part that I was getting a little used to, which got to curve a little bit of the edge, play with a little bit less money, take a little bit better risk management, I should say. But other than that, we'll work it back. It's money. It ain't that big of a deal.
What did you buy that killed you?
All right, so I bought on some spy calls, and then the new wave of the coronavirus hit in United Kingdom. Then that dropped off. There's a few times that I thought Tesla was going to take a dump, so I bet against Tesla, obviously, because it was just so over. Even I mean, I'm holding a bunch of stock, and even I'm like, should I sell this or not? And it still shot up even higher, and I was like, Jesus. And then every time that goes up, it takes chunks out of you.
Gary, did you buy Tesla?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Once or twice.
Why only once or twice?
Just not my game. You know, there's an old adage in the industry: don't buy stocks on stems. And do you know what that means?
No, I don't.
Me neither.
Well, think about
You're not the only one.
think about a chart. Okay, stock is up big time, and it's like the suckers, right? It's like at an army post. The guys get paid. All the hookers come out. All the jewelry guys come out. Hey, come on in here, boys. I know you got your $90. Don't you want to give your girl a nice ring? So when you buy them on stems, you have nothing to back you up. You don't have any way to get out. You must know when you buy something when you're going to be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I saw your text message, right, what did I tell you?
Get out.
Getting cash.
Yeah, getting cash.
You didn't do it, did you?
I mean, I sold a bunch.
Whoa. You didn't do it, did you?
No, I didn't. The thing is, I got Tesla at such a low share. I don't know if I should hold on to it or not, or just sell it. That's the hardest part about it.
Son, if you had the answer to that question,
I know I'd be
you wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
We'd be all at your house, washing your cars and doing everything.
that is true.
Just for a snippet of wisdom.
And what else did you buy? You bought...
I got a bunch of Apple. Apple's doing all right.
Yeah.
They went up. I got a bunch of the airlines. They're not doing that well. I got a bunch of the cruise lines. They're not doing that well.
What would make you think that a cruise line is a good idea to buy?
Well, I bought them at all cheap prices.
Did it?
Yeah. I bought them for $10, $11 a pop, which that's how much Norwegian was worth at the time when I bought it, and they're usually $44, $45. So I figured I'd make a 300% return, you know what I mean, on something like that. But
how'd that work out?
It's not doing that well so far. So I got rid of a bunch of them. I'm just holding on the main ones. I got Boeing. Boeing's not doing that bad. I bought that at like $129 a share. So a lot of them I'm just kind of holding on to as retirement, pretty much. Like just kind of, all right, here's my retirement money. I'm young. I'll keep working type thing. And because I still got taxes coming up, which I'm not looking forward to. That's gonna bite me in the ass a lot.
So how much have you lost?
Probably like 50 grand. That's about it.
That's not too bad.
No, but I've lost, work it back, lost I lost like 70 grand in September, and then I made like 90 grand the next month, and then I lost 50. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? It goes up and down. You go up and down, up and down. Like now, all right, now I'll try and work it back.
He says
So-
don't buy right now. He says sell everything you can.
Well, no.
So I got
but,
I got in at Bitcoin at 11,000, which isn't bad. So my
That's great.
Bitcoin's almost worth 50, and I don't know if I should sell it or not. That's the hardest part.
it hit 31 over the weekend.
And
It's at 33 right now.
It's at 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if I should sell it or not. I'm already at a 300% return, and I'm like, should I just sit on it or? I don't know. I got it at a good price. I got it in. I put 16 grand down, and I got decent. A Bitcoin and a half. It is almost worth 50 grand. So it's like, what, do I hold on to it? Same thing with Tesla. I got Tesla in the 300s, low 300s. So I'm like, do I sell all them too? Like, it's over $700 a share right now. It's I don't know. What do you do?
What do you
What can
think,
you do?
Gary? You've been doing this for 45 years.
I just,
43.
I pass up stuff like that because I got no place to get out. I got no place to be. I got no place.
But
to
my
be
ins
wrong.
are good, so I don't know if I should
Buddy,
sell it or not.
you're gonna wake up one morning. Let me tell you what's gonna happen this week. Okay?
He's been doing this 40 years.
All right.
You
Let
know,
me tell you-
I'll
40
sell, I'll
plus
sell it
years.
tomorrow. I can sell them tomorrow.
No, you won't.
I won't. No.
You know the difference between.
I got the test. I got the.
you
I
know
got
the
the
difference between.
Tesla emblem tatted on me. You think I'm gonna sell their shares?
Do
Not a
you know-
shot. Not a shot.
Do you know the difference between you and me?
What's the difference?
Years and years ago, I called a friend of mine, and we had started out together, and he was working as an institutional broker someplace, and I called him up, and I said, hey, I got this stock. What do you think? And he looked at the chart, looked at the stuff that he had, said, I'd sell it. I said, okay, thanks. Calls me back about 3 hours later. Said, what'd you do? I said, I sold it. You told me to sell it. I sold it. Don't go to people and ask them what you want. You know, what should I do? If you already have the idea in your head of what you're going to do, because it's just a waste of exercise. If that guy sitting across from you tells me to do something, I'm going to do it. No, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
here's what's coming. Armageddon. These markets overnight,
Can drop.
you don't even know.
It-
You wake up in the morning, you could be down 300, 400, 500 Dow points. You could be down 5%. What do? Then you and every other swinging dick in America is trying to get out of the door at the same time. You ain't getting out.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's all. Listen, I'm not trying to cock block you, bro. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. I know.
You know?
It's hard to want to sell the shares because I like kind of look at them
Yeah,
long
well,
term.
it's tough when you make $300K off of
Yeah.
Tesla to get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's
I
not
mean,
your,
I
it's not
get
your
that part,
girlfriend.
but-
It's a freaking stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you make that kind of money, it's tough to walk away from something like that. You
Yeah.
know? But you know who the hell knows?
Nobody.
Yeah. I mean, but Brandon's got some serious shit though. Pull up number one, Gary.
So
And
the
then,
most
Brandon will- yeah.
so
you
the
will
most
start
recent
us.
thing that happened was the Nashville bombing. I put that in parentheses because I did. You already know me. I was already doing my research day one, hearing about it, and I was like, all right, this isn't already adding up from the jump. So the bombing where it took place.
Over, Gary. Over.
One more.
One more over. Go down. Right there. There's
So the
one.
bombing where it took
Yeah,
place.
blow that up. Hit the green thing right there.
Got it.
Okay, so what is this here?
That right there is the aftermath of the bombing of the AT&T Communications Center. That right there is one of their headquartered units for a data center, which what that means is it's one of the central data centers for the continental United States, which means Georgia, Atlanta is one of the main key proponents where those lines take place. They're all connected together. This is how information is transferred and everything. When that happened, that severed the lines, and it also took out major lines from all around that entire area. So the first thing that came up to me was once I started researching it, I started looking into where the bomb took place at, and that's when I found the AT&T Center. If you go to actual Google Images, you can find on the actual Google website, the building's blurred out. That you can find the little AT&T in the corner of it, the actual building's blurred out. So that means that's high intel. If on Google Maps you can't see it from the ground, but you can walk past it, and etc. So I started doing a little bit more digging, as I always do, and the blasts don't really add up. I say if you want to go to the second part, I started finding different camera angles of where the blast happened, and the blast that happened didn't even originate from the actual RV at all. It takes place a little bit further up the street, and it almost looks like a missile comes down into it. And if you actually compare that side by side with actual other structures that have been hit, like Syria, Libya, Yemen, Afghanistan, Iraq, of missiles. That's identical to what a missile is. That looks just like 9/11, the Pentagon, right there.
That's one.
That's not from that's not from an RV.
Yeah, no, that's
Not to
an
mention,
RV. No way.
Not to mention
I didn't realize
there's a
it
video
destroyed
playing
that much
beforehand
shit. Holy hell.
of there's so many key factors that come into it. One, from that wreckage right there, they found a fully unscathed passport, almost identical to 9/11, of the people who did it. Come on, man. Like, is it this believable that the man brought his passport there? The man fully acted alone. The man was smart enough for this to create something like this, to go there. It's more to me as a fallback story, which shows how corrupt our government actually is.
What? Well, they initially said it was a terrorist, right?
They said it was a terrorist attack.
But why would you do that at 6:30 in the morning when nobody's there?
And he had an
give a
automated
warning,
message. He had an automated message from a woman. So if he only acted alone, where's the woman message coming from to get that message to begin with? That means you're not acting alone at all. That's already the first blown cover on it to begin with. Not to mention, if you're trying to cause mass chaos, mass destruction as a terrorist attack. And if you notice, on the day that it happened, they never said terrorist attack ever once. They said this is an intentional attack. They said this is an intentional act is actually what they said, which is more different than what they normally see, because when we normally have something like that, they automatically go right after terrorist attack. Look at Boston Marathon, Sandy Hook, the terrorists.
See, I think my dumbass put it on CNN or maybe I was
one
watching
of those,
Forensic Files, and they were talking terrorist attack, and I'm like, well, it's impossible. Why would a terrorist give a warning? Okay, they're not going to do that. And number two, they're not going to do it at 6:30 in the morning when nobody's there.
So apparently there was already shots that were already happening. So there was multiple videos. If he wants to go to the very far, go to number 6. Yep, right there.
6?
Yep, right there. Pull that up.
The movie?
Yep, the movie.
Yeah, blow that up, Gary.
You blow it up. You can hear this. This is shots happening before the actual bomb goes off.
Ready?
Yeah, click it. That's gunfire. And most eyewitnesses prior to that were talking about how there is major gunfire going on. So what I did a little bit of reading.
So why would that happen?
What I was reading was there was actually a gunfire ensuing between what we call them white hats and black hats, which white hats are the good people in the government, and the black hats, apparently there's been a deep state running. And that was the ensuring gunfire that was happening between them. And the RV it wasn't really an RV. It was something else to get down in there to get that information. So whatever they were trying to grab was the information dealing with the election with the data centers. It's the main reason of why the explosion happened of when it was. Because
but now, why would there be gunshots prior to it though?
When they were meeting off, both people were there to get that information at the same time. And that's what I think was happening.
So that you're saying that there was probably two people there trying to get the information. They had like basically a war between the two of them. And then
that's why I think they were mainly evacuating, telling people to get away, because they didn't want any photographs, anything like that. It's all trying to stay low key. So apparently, what I heard was what I've read, and I do a lot of digging and stuff, that the reason that they were trying to get that information was, one, it has to deal with the election that's going on. And one of the main servers of what it comes to is Atlanta, Georgia. And you all know everything that's going on in Atlanta, Georgia with Brian Kemp's daughter's boyfriend being killed in a mysterious car crash, which is an accident, which I don't even believe. Them having multiple pictures with high-ranking Chinese officials, which they've all seems to be bought out by the China CCP, which it kind of all ties back together, which is pretty critical. And do you want to pull up another one? I got a video of another side angle of why I believe it was a missile, which that one will be number 3. Sorry. So if you look in the right corner on the third light post.
Hit the green button, Gary.
If you look at the green light post right here.
Okay.
Or the third light post in the back.
Okay, so what am I looking at here?
Look at the third light post right there in the back. Not that one. The one next to it, to the left. Yep, right there.
Okay.
Look right above that. That's what I want everyone to focus on. Now press play. You see that line in the back? Now watch.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Now watch. It'll zoom in. I got it zoomed in. There's the line right there.
Yeah.
And this is the same exact thing. Missiles go so fast, you cannot see them. You cannot see them at all.
Look at that explosion.
You cannot see that at all. That's
see
not
that,
from
Gary?
our...
Want to see it again?
Yeah,
play it
play that again.
You see that very faint line right
Yeah,
there?
I do.
And then boom, directly after that.
Oh, yeah, that sounds big. Man, to go up that fucking high.
And it's the same thing that happened with Syria with that bomb. I said that was a missile that hit that thing too. That decimated that thing. And the explosion that happened was with all those chemicals that they already had inside, which increased the explosion exponential after that. So that's already the information that I've been finding. And then directly right after that. So if it was an RV that exploded already.
I don't think it would go up that high.
No.
If it was an RV, it wouldn't go up
If it was
that
an
high.
RV explosion, it wouldn't do structural inside integrity damage to the buildings. And like you look at that first building that I showed you, that thing's blown out. So there's another picture I have up there too. If you go to the actual Google Images sites, I think the explosion was so big was that they're actually holding different type of chemicals, and which are bombs. They could be whatever, which is why the explosion was much more larger, but it was held underground. I mean, we're talking about a high secret data center facility, and AT&T is one of the main people that they've used for the Patriot Act, which if no one knows what that is, that right there is one of the Patriot Act was signed when George Bush was in and allowed AT&T to hand over, in the name of national security, go over and listen to people's phone calls or text messages and stuff like that without people even unwarranted allowing it. So they don't even allowing it. That's been going on for a while.
Even worse. Verizon's even worse.
Yeah.
They do 5 years. AT&T does 3.
So they've been doing that for a while, and notice that these central data centers have 0 windows. I mean, the amount of that's the key now. There is no shots that are fired now. No war to war. It's all informational warfare now, which is the big difference. Which that's the age that we're coming into. I mean, we're looking at it already right now. We're looking at information warfare with the media. Trump says this, the media says this. You don't know what the hell to believe. Which that's the craziest part about all of this is that's the war that's actually being dealt right now. So I mean, I look at it from every side. I do a lot of research, and then if we have that, click on number 4. Like look at that carnage. That right there is, if you almost look at it from behind, that's full buildings blown off. That is not from an RV. And look at the tree standing right there. That's the difference. Why is there no burn marks coming off of it? Why is it not charred? Why is it not falling over?
So when you say no burn marks, why is that important to you?
Because
I don't understand that.
When it's an explosion like that from an RV, if he's using a chemical nitrate, it's going to create fire, like an explosion. Missiles much different. It's impacts that exact area, and that's kind of about it. And that right there is a perfect example of it. Look at the rubble coming down off of it, which if he's on the street, the RV is actually on the right side of the street. So the blast would be going outwards. Why does it look like the blast is coming down outwards? Like something was shot through it and then bursted out, which that's exactly what it looks like.
So what you're saying is if it was an RV, it would have taken down that tree.
Yeah.
Right? But a missile or a bomb,
it would at least have burn marks on it. It doesn't even look like that. It looks slightly charred, a little bit burned, but it doesn't look like a burning fire, which would ensue after that. Did you save the one where I showed the origin too, like a different origin of like where the actual missile hit? I
don't know what number that is, but probably. I mean, we have them all down.
No, that's.
What do you think of that, Gary? What do you think about that? What do you think about what he's saying?
I told you that the NSA and AT&T have a contract.
Yep.
That's a processing center. It's marked top secret. Somebody put it online and said it was a top secret facility in Nashville. There's probably 35 or 40 similar facilities nationwide. Then somebody that's, how can I say this diplomatically, in that particular line of work after the fact, they had a picture, and he said, "Look at those cables running down the road." I says, "What's that?" I said, "What's that mean?"
I mean, well, if you blow up an RV, he's right. That fucking tree is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not that.
No,
that's
well, the
that's
night
done
I was
for.
here.
Look how far it goes down, just all the buildings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it.
And on the outside of that Google image facility, it literally had the hazard material warning of the 3 different ones of what it was classified as on the outside of the building, which is odd.
What do you mean 3 different ones? What does that mean?
So if
you can't. It's gonna make you buzz.
it's on
Oh, you already have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because there's no way. There's no way that an RV is gonna do that much. I never saw this picture, but I mean, an RV. I don't think it can do that much damage. While he looks this up,
I showed you that night. I held my phone up when we were closing out one night. It was a picture of a missile that somebody sent me, and you could see the flame trail. So it's distinctly possible, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you everything I told you.
But it's very likely though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can all agree.
I don't believe. You mean to tell me that it's taken them weeks to find the Jussie Smollett killer? All that hoax.
Who's Jussie?
He was the one who said he got beat up by Trump supporters, but he actually hired them to beat him up and all that. And the FBI was going rampant with this, trying to find it. They couldn't find it. But you can solve this whole entire RV with samples of a person. One, they didn't even find the red RV. If you want to pull up number 5, this is the RV that they said was the guy's.
Now, what's this here, Brennan?
Look at the difference in them. So this is the RV that they said outside of the guy's house. That's the picture the FBI took. That's the bomber right there. If you notice the difference in the both of them, look at the stripe up top. Look at the difference of the AC of both of them. One is a unit that is sitting on the top, which is curved at the top, and that one's more of a boxed formation on both of them.
But couldn't that just be a picture from a different angle?
I mean, look at the top. Look at the 2 tops of both of the.
I know, but the RV that you're talking about with the FBI
that's the RV that they said that they found outside of his house, which is why he was the main suspect of it. Yeah, which that already right there kind of nullifies. And here's also the other thing: where's the loudspeaker on that RV?
Yeah.
I heard that the speakers that are actually coming out. So in Nashville, they have speakers on all the light poles that are like Wi-Fi, and the actual sound was coming from that.
Really?
That it was being broadcasted through that. That's what I heard. I didn't hear that it was ever through the RV. The RV is a full scapegoat. This just gets worse and worse and worse. The whole thing is a scapegoat. And you mean to tell me that they were able to find remains of the VIN number? They were able to find his passport fully unscathed. Why would you bring your passport to the thing? We went through all this trouble with a very clear, almost Department of Defense type evacuation announcement going on a loudspeaker. But out of all things, you leave your passport there? That doesn't make sense at all.
So why would the passport be there?
It's just the guy's a martyr. That's pretty much what he is. It was.
What's a martyr?
A martyr, like someone that's fallen on the sword or whatever. Like they're pinning it on somebody. Like if you notice from
like a mark.
Yeah, like he was the fall guy or whatever it is. Which one I still don't even. I've never heard of these guys. I've never heard it. It's always some random person that creates this act. One, I don't believe the FBI at all. I think a lot of them are bought out through.
Stop it! You're hurting my feelings.
Probably probably got a laser on my back, but whatever. But I mean, I
see what you're saying. So when you look at the FBI pic,
that's the one that they said was it.
That's the one that,
and that's the one that they said that's the guy's RV that he had.
I see.
So there's a difference in the both of them. I mean, I have other ones that
it doesn't shield up.
So if you look, you see the top line.
Yeah, I see it.
And then there's no top line on the other one. Where's the other top line? They're very similar. They're very similar campers.
This whole fucking situation gets worse and worse by the fucking day.
Yeah. And you mean to tell me that the FBI was able to find all this in one day? They were able to go to the guy. They were able to just randomly pull a guy out of thin air, find out his house, then find a passport fully unscathed through a blast like that. Not even unscathed. The picture of it is not even charred. The passport's not even charred. Just like 9/11, how they found the hijacker passports at the scene of the rubble. So you mean to tell me that this 300,000 ton material vanished down to thin air, but these paper ballots, these paper air passports were able to survive both these types of blasts? You might as well just start building buildings out of passports because they're literally indestructible. They don't.
So now when you say it like that, it makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean?
It's just ironic how it's just so easily, how this guy's passport was just there. I'm not saying this guy didn't do it. I'm not saying he's into bad things. I mean, who knows? I mean, he could be an MK Ultra person, which I think a lot of these people are, which if you do a little bit of research on the Las Vegas shooting, a lot of the eyewitnesses that came out and said anything or saw anything, you never really got a lot of footage out of that. You know, Vegas is one of the most secure places in the world. They have thousands and thousands upon thousands of cameras on every inch, and they barely showed us any videos of anything. So most of the videos that they showed inside were already debunked, that they already were like moved. Like,
so what do you think happened in Vegas? What do you think actually happened?
We getting into that? So I think all of that. We're gonna have to do that on another time, where I can pull up all the pictures and everything on that. Because I got a few pictures of that. I got to go to my laptop and get that. But
well, just in your opinion, what do you think?
I think it was another push for gun control, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And a lot of the people that were eyewitnesses, I think that there was multiple people that were working in on that, and it was, I think, partly to blame. They're trying to push for gun control. They can get someone to do it. I gotta explain a little bit more because it sounds a little far fetched. But if I don't have the pictures to show and everything, it's a little bit harder to believe.
Okay, we can go back to that.
Yeah, we gotta pull up another one.
But I'm curious to know what you think about that. Yeah, but sometimes things aren't really a conspiracy. You know what I mean?
No. But if you notice, a lot of the eyewitnesses that came forward and said they said anything, they all died in mysterious accidents right after. All like multiple people have all died from car accidents, fires in their house.
From the Vegas shooting?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
4 Republicans died in the last week. One of them 41 years old.
Yeah, and they said it was COVID, but it was actually a brain aneurysm, which that's the.
Maybe.
Well, they code it.
Yeah.
Maybe. They code it. They want the
Oh
money.
yeah.
You know.
Well, it's funny that they're pushing on the COVID on same Republicans because it falls right in line with Republicans don't believe in the science, but it's like it's really not. We don't believe in the science. It's come to places that are open, Texas, Florida, places that, I mean, we're thriving. You hear people say that things are so bad down here. Things are great down here. People have no idea what it's like being down here at all from coming up north. Yeah. Yeah, that's a...
We're full. Don't come.
Yeah, no, we don't need anybody else coming down here. Nobody else.
You see license plates around here like crazy.
Oh, they're driving like crazy down here.
Connecticut, New York, Virginia, Georgia, even California. I mean, I would run from that motherfucking place, even though I love California, but fuck that.
I don't blame you, California. I wouldn't want to.
Who's that fucker that is running that joint?
Gavin Newsom. Oh my God, they all need to be in jail. And then Pelosi just got reelected. I have no clue how, but.
Well, you know how.
I think
voted for.
I think we're all gonna find out how everything goes down in the coming weeks. That's all I gotta say. I still think Trump's gonna win. My mind's not changing at that at all. No.
What percentage do you give him?
80.
100.
I know you're 100, Gary.
You know what? I'm changing mine to 100. I think 100. I got okay. Two. I got a bet against my dad. I got a bet against my stepmom.
Can you get me some of that action?
I bet them each $100 that Hunter Biden, or not Hunter Biden, Joe Biden was not going to be there.
Biden. Jesus Christ.
But what's it called? Joe Biden already canceled his inauguration. Did you hear that? Did you hear about that, Gary?
I did, yeah.
Already canceled it.
They're taking the seats out.
He cancels. Hey, really?
Yep.
Yeah. And Harris hasn't resigned her Senate seat, which I didn't think was any big deal.
All I got to say is the first arrest is going to shock the world.
The first
what?
The first arrest is going to shock the world.
What's going to be the first arrest, in your opinion?
So there's a hint. The first person that's going to get arrested, the hints that are left through Q and all that shit, which is all I follow. First arrest is Silver. That's literally all. I've been working with it. There's a few things
Who's Silver?
We don't know. I'm just telling you that's going to be the first arrest.
Do you know who Silver is, Gary?
I think it could be Prince Charles would be the first arrest.
Now, what in the hell would he have to do with that?
Because his name is, his full actual name is, the initials are AG. If you look at AG, that is gold, which is the opposite of gold is silver, which it's all clues, hints, and everything like that. And most of the things that Q says have come true. Like, he literally said there's going to be a blackout, continental blackout, which a blackout can be, it doesn't have to be worldwide or whatever. He said that months before the Nashville bombing that was going to happen, and that came true. The amount of things that have been told in these 4chan chats, which is pretty much what they've been. It's pretty much been a military operation. Q has been to.
Well, what is Q? Why don't you explain it in case somebody's looking at this for the first time?
Okay.
And I don't know what the hell you're
QAnon.
talking about.
So
talking about
QAnon, yeah.
Yeah.
So QAnon is pretty much a military operation, which has been giving out information to the public because the media is covering all of it. It's been very social, which has garnered millions of followers, which is why they keep shutting it down as like they're bad people and they're extremists or anything. And that's not it. It's the truth. What it is it's to independently think for yourself. Here's the facts that are presented to you, and you make of what you want out of it. And that's how I got into all these. Yeah.
So how do you follow?
I still don't understand it.
You can follow it by following it on Twitter. The internet's been scrubbing it. The internet has been scrubbing everything QAnon.
All right, you're talking to a retard. So pretend you're talking to a retard. What is QAnon?
All right, so he pretty much. Let me pull something up. Let me see.
Like, QAnon to me is like the deep state. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay, I get that.
So QAnon is against the deep state. So when President Trump came in, they've been posting these markers.
They're on his side.
That's what we believe, yeah. And I think Pence is one of the bad guys. That's why if you've been looking at Linwood's tweets, people have been going crazy saying that he's lost it off the deep end, which I honestly really believe that he's been getting leaked some of the information. And he already said something about Epstein being alive 2 days ago, and people went crazy. And I think that could be one of the people that is still alive. And I already said that. I said that a while ago.
You said that 3 months ago.
I said that a while ago. I said I think he's still alive.
Yep. Whenever
he was posting a bunch of things, and it all kind of relates back together. I mean, there's so much that goes in that I can talk about. Almost everything that I've ever talked about conspiracy wise all goes through QAnon.
Now, what do you think about this? Okay.
Right.
Now, this is a conspiracy, but whatever. We already went down this rabbit hole again, Gary. And if Trump has Epstein in his side pocket with Rudy, Pence is compromised. Forget about him. He's done.
I think he's been compromised for a while.
He's absolutely positive.
His wife got
1,000% being compromised.
Have you ever seen that, Gary? Have you ever seen that video at George H.W. Bush's funeral, and all the people got all the letters, and they were all shocked, and they were.
Yes, I did see that.
That all goes towards everything that I've been talking about, and that's what I think. All these people, Jimmy Carter didn't get one. Certain people didn't get one. Laura Bush got one. Hillary Clinton got one. Michelle Obama got one. Obama got one. And I got to send you the video. You could put that up there after or whatever. But it's a pretty eerie video about how everything goes. And it's all the people that get this letter, they're all shocked. And it's all their facial expression says it all.
What's the letter? What is it?
It's, to me, what the letter feels like after watching the video, with how they react to it. And they don't think about it. They're at a funeral too, so you got to be quiet. You got to be respectful. It's all the letter almost sounds like it says we know about everything. SEAL Team 6.
What's SEAL Team 6?
I think the reason that they killed SEAL Team 6 was
what is SEAL Team 6? So you have to explain
SEAL Team 6
I have no idea what this is.
Was the people. They were the ones who killed Osama bin Laden.
Okay.
Per se, I think Osama bin Laden was already dead before that. The SEAL Team 6 that went in there.
Whoa. Why do you think that?
How deep how deep is the rabbit hole?
Well, if you're gonna say something, you gotta explain.
So I think he was killed long ago. I mean, I think Osama bin Laden was already a CIA asset back in the 1980s. His name was Tim Osman. He was never part of. He was part of the first World Trade bombing. He was not part of the second World Trade bombing. And the second time that they brought the towers down, he wasn't even in the country. His whole entire family was best friends with the Bushes. The bin Ladens are very, very wealthy family. They're not like bad people. But he was the bad guy out of it. And I think he was like I said, like that martyr that you put everything on, you know what I mean? And the Iranians were saying, look, if he did it, show us the proof and we'll give him up. The Pakistanis knew where he was. The Iranians knew where he was. And when they said, at the time that they killed Osama bin Laden, that was when our market was doing really, really bad, everything during Obama. And they came up and it was like a rejoicing. We killed this bad leader, yada, all that BS. And that's when all the members of the SEAL Team 6 were part of that Benghazi scandal with Hillary Clinton. They all started dying. They all started in tragic accidents, helicopter crash, car accident, house catches on fire. And that's why I believe that Barack Obama sent $400 million over in cash and pallets to the Iranians, because the Iranians knew that they never killed bin Laden. That's why when they said they sunk bin Laden's body in the deepest ocean, but they never took pictures of it. This dude is the world's worst terrorist ever. I'm not saying the dude's good or bad or anything. I'm just saying from what I know of the information that I know, I think he was a CIA asset turned bad, which they started using him as he's the face of evil, which he was never really the face of evil, which they were able to pin all these bad things on.
Well, they made him the face of evil.
They made him the face of evil,
Yeah.
correct. And when they sent over all that money, apparently it was for the Iranian nuclear deal, but in reality it was hush-hush money. Be quiet. We killed him. Leave it at that. That's why no one ever knew that's why no one ever saw his body. They dumped it in the middle of the ocean. Like, it was just all, like, when we captured Saddam Hussein, was his face not plastered everywhere? Was he not on every newspaper that you could think of?
Well, they showed autopsy photos of those two knuckleheads that he sired there.
Yeah.
Big V down their chest, sure.
And so that's why I think we're getting so deep that I don't even know where I'm at right now.
But you can't in this particular period of time. You guys always make fun of how old I am. I've never seen anything like this.
I make funny when you go back to the
never
1930s. Like, anybody gives a fuck about the 1930s.
Well, you will, because everything's going to happen again.
Oh, it will.
Well, history repeats itself,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. Kind of
I mean, that's how it is.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Like a bad meatloaf, man.
He's on to something though here.
Oh, no. Yeah. It's SEAL Team 6.
This thing goes so much deeper. All this shit's been going on for decades.
Of course. It's only coming out now.
Yeah.
You know, you got a boil on your back, but it doesn't show. It festers. Well, it's been there for years.
Yeah.
Now
Yep.
you're going to go get it fixed, you know?
Yep, I agree.
Too late.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm saying this month's going to be a wild month. That's all I think.
Oh, it's going to be a wild week.
Wild week. Yeah.
You know, they're talking about Trump declassifying everything.
I think he was already declassifying it through Linwood, the lawyer.
He went back a day early. We were talking about that. You could see the sign right out here. Then.
Yeah, the sign of the curfew.
Dan Scavino was in the Oval Office today. Sean sent me the picture, but I saw it on the internet. They're signing something, and it says "Bring it on" or "Game." It says "Game on."
Game on.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you and I have been talking for years. Trump's gangster.
Did you know what there was? You know what flag they took down on top of the White House yesterday, and they put up a new one. They put on the Betsy Ross flag up there, 1776 flag.
Really?
Yep.
Cool.
And Dan Scavino posted it.
Now, what does that mean?
Well,
It's 1776. It's a
fighting
revolution.
You're fighting for your independence.
They're all clues. Like all these QAnon things are clues that you pick together. And like one that was dropped was the first arrest that's gonna shock the world is silver. I don't know what it means. You can guess. You know what I mean? Like people are like AG bar because it's like AG is silver. You know what I mean? It's like just certain clues like that. You don't know. You know what I mean?
But didn't he just go off on Fanucci today? What's that asshole's name? Fauci. Yeah.
God, that dude's a clown. He's been part of the deep state rap for a while. It's pretty bad.
I can't imagine being Trump, man. I can't imagine it.
Yeah,
Well,
he's the right guy.
Yeah, he's the right guy.
Pick
He's the right
else.
guy, but he's the wrong one to fuck
Hey,
with.
330 million people in the country. Go pick somebody you would rather have take his place besides Rudy. And Rudy's right there. Rudy was there in that conference call. You saw that, right?
Yep.
I mean, these guys aren't stupid.
So
No,
what,
I think
what
Trump-
happened in the conference call?
I didn't hear the conference call. I didn't get to read
Well,
it. I didn't get to listen to
it
it.
was
It's the one of him talking to the Secretary of State,
No,
Georgia.
Well, that was another one in the WAPO, the Washington Post.
Yeah.
clipped it down to like 4 minutes when it was a 32-minute call. I listened to it, and basically Trump was talking to the guy, and he said, "Look, you had this many people dead, this many people were felons, this many people were illegal immigrants. I won the state." So the WAPO knocks it down to 4 minutes and says he was dogging that guy. That's
trying to ask for more votes. Find your vote. Find the
your
votes. Like,
but there was another.
he was like, find the votes. Find those votes of those people.
Dig for me, you find them.
Right. But there was another call that I thought was pretty impressive. Phil Klein is very impressive. And there was a call with 300, and Trump spoke on this. This is why I went back. 300 state legislators, and that by the Constitution is where this decertification falls. When you and I have been talking about it for months and months. I see what you're saying, yeah. And so they had all of the evidence there, and it was Phil Klein. Trump spoke. They had like 6 people speaking to these 300 guys. You know, but you know what you got to say to them. I'm gonna put your ass in jail.
I'm waiting for it.
You've broken federal law. Which doesn't mean anything because nobody goes to jail but people like us. No,
they're all above the law. They've safeguarded themselves so much. I think all of it needs to come down from top to bottom. I think the main part of it, I think the CIA is the worst part about it, all of it. They are the worst part.
You are correct.
I think the de-escalation that they've had with North Korea was because the CIA was running all over North Korea. They couldn't do nothing about it. I mean, you see, Trump took him down quick. Like, it was nobody's business. They haven't shot a nuclear weapon. And for how many decades have they been a thorn in the United States?
Well, he was, let's see, 1950 maybe?
Yeah.
You know, they came.
And in 4 years, he's able to shut it down that quick? I think, I don't know. I think they were, we
got to give Rodman credit, too. Dennis Rodman.
He's just a nutcase. That dude's crazy.
Yeah, but he went over there and planted a little
crazy.
bit. No, he's crazy. But he planted a little bit of a seed, and then Trump went over there and said, "Fuck you, I'm not afraid," and handled business.
I'm
sure he was warned not to go there, but
yeah,
but anyway. Then he went to fucking Iran.
He stopped in the President Trump stopped in the nuclear demilitarized zone. That's insane. That's insane for a sitting president to even do that at all. To even step foot in that country. Let alone, you look at the pictures, he's walking around by himself. You don't even got Secret Service agents around him or anything.
But he also called him fucking Rocket Man.
Yeah.
On TV. And then goes there and fucking has a conversation with them. I mean,
I know.
Did you see your email and the Machiavelli thing I sent
saw,
to you?
Did that
freak you out?
Yeah, it freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah. Tommy's big into Machiavelli. We've been talking.
Brandon knows.
I know.
He's been there since day one.
Okay, and then Sun Tzu also.
Yeah.
I pointed out to Tommy.
Trump's a big Sun Tzu.
Is he?
Yeah.
I assumed
Art of
he
War.
was because
Art of War, yeah.
Because in '87, when The Art of the Deal came out, The Art of War was a big bestseller also.
Yep.
And
he's tweeted it a few times, a few of the Sun Tzu things.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
I didn't see those.
He tweeted a few right after the election.
But people say to me, "Well, how come he's so this last few weeks? How come he's so quiet?"
He's been quiet for a reason.
Just send him a quote.
He's been quiet for a reason.
Oh yeah, he ain't gonna be quiet this week.
No, I don't.
Well,
think
as quiet as he can be.
I think what he's allowing them to do is he's giving them chance after chance after chance. Write it, or shit's gonna go bad. And I think whatever happens on January 6th, I think that's the day that arrests happen. I wholeheartedly believe it.
You don't think right now? Okay, thinking.
I think a few have already been arrested and they've been still playing the same game just to get more people to flip. I think a few dominoes have already flipped, in my opinion.
You think right now, he's got whatever service it is, the marshals or whatever. They know who these Antifa dopes are.
Oh yeah, they've already infiltrated them. They've already had military infiltrate that.
Oh yeah.
And they already know where it's coming from. They already know it's from George Soros. I mean, if anything, that would be the best thing. The best thing that they could possibly do would be start arresting them Rothschilds, the 13 families that run the world.
It's never gonna happen.
All the central bankers.
You're in a dream world.
Oh, I know.
That's never gonna happen.
Oh, I know.
Well, you said they'd never flip these states, and I saw something today.
It doesn't matter.
He's got Georgia. Pennsylvania's gonna flip, and they're thinking they can get
once
the
the first
three.
domino flips. That's all it will take.
So there.
It still has to go to a court.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it. Okay. All right. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you are too.
I hope you're wrong too.
I hope you're wrong too. We won't be sitting here for a while after this.
We don't have an intelligence service. We don't have a judicial system. All we got's Trump. We might as well just make him king and go home and rest easy.
No, see, when people say that, he ain't king. He bows to the people just like the rest of us. That's the thing. We the people are we're the majority.
The problem with all this shit
But Trump does what we tell him to do. That's the difference.
The problem with all these theories is that it does have to go through a fucking court. And Pence is compromised. So all he has right now is Rudy.
Well,
and him.
Did you hear what Linwood said about
And Rudy is on fire.
No, Linwood's been the crazy. Linwood's the one that's been on fire.
He's got a fucking strategy. I don't know what it is, but when I saw him punch that table in Georgia,
Rudy,
man.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all Trump has.
He's
got Rudy.
No, he has Linwood too, which is a defamation lawyer. And you know what he said?
But what is Linwood going to do?
He said that Justice Roberts has been compromised since George W. Bush. He said that the reason for that is there's 2 kids that he got out of Ireland. It's illegal to get a kid out of Ireland if they don't have like a residency that's already there, like you have family that's through that. And he was friends with Epstein. There's a picture circulating with him and Ghislaine Maxwell on a couch together. And that was how he was able to get to it. And he's been compromised since the Epstein shit.
But here's the thing.
That's
here's
real
the thing.
deal.
Both of you say all these things. And I'm sure that they're true. But it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing.
You're right. You're right about that.
Because, okay, so Georgia, maybe he gets to Georgia. Well, he needs way more than Georgia.
He needs Georgia and PA. That's it.
He's not going to get PA.
He's got it.
He's got it.
You're not watching.
You guys are nuts.
You don't follow it like we do.
No, I don't need. But see, here's the thing. I don't need to watch it. I'm telling you, he's not going to get it. And I thought he had a very good chance of winning.
Yeah,
I did, with Pence behind his back.
No,
now
Pence.
That Pence
I thought
turns
Pence
back on him. First off, I can't believe that he did it, but he did.
I think if Pence doesn't do the right thing, he's going to jail too.
No, he's not.
I think a lot of people
You're
are
in a fucking dream world. No, he's not.
You already heard that he already.
Even my guy from day one.
Did you see how he canceled? He canceled their trips overnight. They both did. They both went to the White House on New Year's Eve. The day after that, he said he's never going to pursue any more governance, any more time in government after this.
But he's not. He's done for. He's done for. Pence is not going to stick. He's not his right hand man.
I'm just saying, just wait.
Listen,
you gotta wait for
I
the
hope
future.
I'm wrong.
It sounds crazy. As crazy as it sounds.
All right. Well, hopefully I'm wrong.
Most of the predictions that I've made that have all happened with this coronavirus, I've said months before, and they've all come true.
Right.
That's the wildest
Let's hope
part.
you're right about this one.
Yeah.
Because this is the biggest one.
Me and Gary are still 100% on him. We got
100%.
I'm 115.
And you know what?
He's not fucking crazy.
He's not going to have to go to the exact. Well, here's the deal. He has every reason in the world to pull the trigger, pun intended.
He's gonna declass everything, all of it.
Okay, so how does that make him overturn things?
All right, so listen to me.
All right.
Now let me ask him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask him. How is
when you
him declassifying things? I understand.
Declassifying information for the general public that it will finally. When we talk about declass, the people that are in government don't even know this information exists. They're not even open to it.
But
so
nothing is going to happen, Brandon.
This man voted for Biden on November 3rd. I swear this man is so against Trump.
If that's so, please cut me up into pieces.
Look, you gotta believe something. I believe it.
Let me ask you something. He's got every reason in the world, if he wants to.
Who?
Trump, to trigger the executive order.
The Insurrection Act.
The Insurrection Act. Every reason in the world to do that. So
already.
Hold on. All of a sudden, he's got 140 congressmen. Well, they came out of nowhere, because people are starting to see. If he doesn't win it this way, and he doesn't win it that way, and he doesn't win it this way, hold on, he's still going to win it. And then my ass is hanging out there with all of
your
the
ass
stuff
is going to
that
be
I
hanging
did.
out there.
No, all the GOP members.
Okay, because why do you guys? Why in the world do you think that means anything? It means nothing.
The insurrection.
Nobody's going to get indicted. Nobody's going to go to jail. You're wrong about that. You watch. I'll bet you. I don't bet. I haven't placed a bet in 20 fucking years. I'm telling you, nobody's going to go to jail. Who do you think's going to go to Bill Barr?
No.
Okay. Who?
I'm keeping my lips
Pence?
sealed.
You think Pence is going to go to jail? You're fucking
No, I
crazy.
think congressmen. I think Congress.
Yeah, precisely.
I think governors.
Oh, you guys.
think
are
governors,
nuts.
senators.
You guys are losing your mind. They're not going to go to jail. No,
All
they're
right.
not.
All right.
That's
They're
all
not.
I want to know is have your dad and your mom and all these people who want to take the other side call me. I want that action.
You'll take that over.
I'll take it. Say, Dad, I got great news for you.
we got takers. We got more takers.
Listen, I would love to be wrong.
Should we bet Tommy on air?
You can
Should we
take
bet
it.
Tommy
I'll
on
bet
air?
on this one. I'll bet on this one.
You take the Vic. You can have yours.
The only thing that he has is Rudy Giuliani. That's always.
I think he has way more than that. I'm telling you. He's got way more help than that.
Like what?
He's got Sidney Powell. He's got the Kraken.
She means nothing.
He's all right. Sidney Powell was one of the most well-known Department of Defense lawyers. She don't
Okay.
fuck around.
So what?
She don't fuck around. She wouldn't be saying the shit that she has if she had no information.
Okay, so what's that going to do?
They are giving what they've done.
You're
What they've
talking
done.
about somebody in the courts.
What they've done
That
is
means
they've
that
given
with-
so much people. Look, they're not even getting the time of day for the standing to even get into these courtrooms to begin with. They're just being thrown out without any of it, regardless. Every judge has been the same exact way, and there's been a reason like that. Someone is getting to each one of these judges first, and they're not even like if you actually read these hearings, watch these hearings. There is no way that after watching one of them that you can say there's no doubt of voter fraud at all. So when a judge throws that out automatically, he's been given chance after chance after chance, and when he lets it all loose, you're gonna wish that. What I think they're doing is they're doubling down so hard that everyone's trying not to crack. That's what I think. And like I said, once the first domino falls, there's gonna be a lot more that fall after that, and they're gonna wish that they fell for it first.
I hope you're
That's
right.
all I gotta say.
I hope you're right. I hope you're
That's
right.
all I gotta say about
I
it.
hope you're right. I hope you're 100% right. Listen, this is one time where I would love to lose this bet, but I'm not going to. No, I'm not betting against Trump because he's got Rudy. That's a scary motherfucker. I can tell you that much.
He doesn't look like much on TV, but you're 100% right.
Yeah, he's a scary fucking dude.
It'd be like
They wouldn't be putting their whole entire credibility on the line for something that they'd look like an idiot on if there was no voter fraud.
Sure they would.
No, they would not,
Why do you think that?
because they have such high titles that they've.
Okay, so
you think
you
that
the
him taking
Supreme
down
Court-
all the mobs? Well, when the Supreme Court, like I already said, has compromised, what side are they going to vote
all
on?
of them are, except for the guy and the girl. I forget
No,
their names.
John Roberts threw the case out before he was even seen. He didn't even allow it to be seen. That's the main person
Well,
that I'm talking
he didn't
about.
throw it out. He didn't give it standing.
It didn't even get
Yeah.
standing, yeah. Which that's pretty big in itself already. Which I mean, they're not even looking at the case. When you have multiple states jump on it, they don't even get the time of day for an opening hearing or anything to even allow any evidence to even come forth. I don't know.
Hey, look, I'm happy to hear that you're 80%. I'm happy to hear that you're
I'm 100% now.
Both of you guys are 100%?
Now that I'm here with Gary,
Listen,
I'm 100% now.
I'm happy to hear that.
I'm 100%
I'm happy to
now.
hear it, but I don't see it.
What you think?
Well, let me ask you this. At first, it's Hawley. Remember last Thursday or Friday, Josh Hawley is the first senator, the newly elected senator
Yeah,
that's going to
yeah.
back Trump. Then it's a guy here.
Who's
and
that? Who is that?
He's the new senator from Missouri.
Missouri? Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's Missouri. Yeah.
So
Missouri.
he's going
It
to
says
back.
Missouri.
He's going to back the president. What makes me sound sophisticated?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, then it's another guy, and it's another guy. Now you got 140 people in the House. Now, Tommy, even though you're a Biden supporter, would you?
If you say that one more time, I'm gonna turn this the fuck off and come over there. Biden supporter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna support a guy that fucking lives in his basement, went to 3 fucking rallies, had people in cars waving.
I love those photos where he's like this.
Yeah,
because I'm not on.
Have you have you seen the pictures where he like pulls his mask down to cough and puts the mask back up?
fucking weird.
Hey, you know,
God.
Fucker.
my mom's in one of those facilities, and I would go over there, and those people are more cognizant of things that's going around than that guy. But listen, is there any doubt? I mean, I see these guys come out all the time and say there's no fraud. Well, first of all, there was no fraud. Then there was a little bit of fraud. Then there wasn't enough fraud to make a difference. Now there's not enough fraud to flip the election. It's always, different stages.
Yeah.
Why would any Republican congressman, I'll pick Mittens there, Mitt Romney.
Oh, that's a rhino.
Why would they deny there's fraud? And I can only think of one reason. because if Trump wins, he goes in looking through desk drawers, and he's going to find more stuff these people did.
Oh, yeah.
Is that where you're at?
This the way. Here's a good little representation. All right, so you got a bank. You got a new president coming in. But you have 20 bank employees that have been stealing money left and right, left and right. Now you got this new guy coming in that's going to say, we ain't playing this way. Now you got these 20 bankers that have been eating good and well off. Bank's been doing well still. Bank's doing well. But they take money here, they take a little bit of money here, they take a little bit of money here. Now you got this guy that starts kicking up the tree. And now all these people are starting to lose their money that they start to have. Those people, they don't start listening to that head guy no more. They start working for themselves, and they start congregating together because they want to get that guy out.
Well, you and Gary voted for Biden. So, being that both of you did, all right?
That's the way I kind of look at it. When you start messing with the money tree, and I mean the money comes to all these senators, Republican or Democrat. I think they're all corrupt. I can't stand that enough.
Look at Paul Ryan and what he's saying. You didn't screw us up enough when you were there, and you're still talking shit, and you're not even there. Shut up.
Yeah.
You're just digging yourself a deeper hole.
Fuck Paul Ryan.
These people,
Scumbag motherfucker.
these people have been getting paid from China, lobbyists and stuff like that, and all those people have ties. People don't realize what China said back in, what was it, the 60s, 70s? They said, we won't, I said that
Watch
when
the
we
years
take
with
America,
him. You got to be careful with Gary. Don't say anything about
1850s
years.
or 1950s?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He said, we
boy.
won't. He said, taking down
Bad
America
move.
within,
Bad move.
a single shot will not be fired. America will take itself down from within.
Khrushchev said that in 1960.
That's what it was. That's it.
Yeah. Do you know what the assassin's?
Please don't bring up years to him.
Do you know what the assassin's mace is?
No.
Okay, the assassin's mace is China's way of taking us down. One blow. They
Yeah.
want to take you down with one blow. They don't want to use those aircraft carriers. They want to take you down in one blow. What's the one blow you're looking at it?
Corona.
Well, Corona, and then the wonderful
The
Democrats.
the political party, yeah.
Throwing in and killing
Infiltrate a political party. If you look at all of it, everything that's happened this year stems with the communist manifesto of how to put communism into another country.
What's the next one you want him to bring up?
Didn't we do them all?
I think I did.
No, there's one more, I think.
We gotta look at 'em.
No.
Yeah,
we
go,
should,
yeah. No, go there. Go there.
Go where?
Right there.
Downloads.
Right there?
Yep. Go to 7. Let me see what 7 is.
No. Go back to downloads, Scary.
Go back to downloads, right there.
Yep, right there.
Look what happens. So okay, they're all there, aren't they? So you want to go to 7?
No, not 7. I don't think. Go to number 2.
Oh, you've got some of my stuff in there, I see. Okay.
Just click it.
Click it. Click number 2.
Number 2?
Double click it.
I am.
Go to Finder. It's okay. It's natural. Who gives a fuck?
We on this.
Oh, there it all is, right there.
There we go.
Okay. You got your porn off of this, don't you, Tommy?
Yeah. Fucking dick. Click on it, Gary.
I'm trying, man. Oh, that's my number 2.
There it is.
Is that
right.
what you wanted?
That was another one that right there. That's why I kept saying he's compromised. That is
Yeah.
Epstein's flight logs right there.
Yeah.
PBI.
Yeah,
PBI. Yeah, we went through this. X that out. But there's one more that he has. Go back to downloads. Go back to downloads, Gary.
How about Finder? Can we do that?
Yeah, Finder.
Finder.
Okay. What do you want up here?
Go to the number 2, 5th one in.
Right here?
Yep, that one.
Gary clicked on himself just to brag.
So this right here was a tweet
Hit the green button.
I am.
from Nashville.
Green. There's
see
only
me-
3 fucking colors.
Do you see me click that? What have you got all over this keyboard? What are you, Jeffrey?
I don't know.
Tobin
Just
or
hit the
something?
fucking button. Is it that fucking hard? Okay, expand it then. Fuck it. No, drag it out, Gary.
Drag it out.
Man, a mouse.
This is gonna be great for the video.
Hey, look.
There you go. Now go to.
So I found this weird.
What
If it
is
was a
this
bombing
shit?
on the ground, this is from the Nashville bombing. This was what would happen right after the bombing happened. So I said missile, right? I think it's a missile. I showed a video why I think it's a missile. Right after that, the FAA has classified the airspace around the Nashville bombing scene as a national defense airspace, saying deadly force could be used against violators. Now, why would they keep the area around it protected from in the air if it was a bomb that went off on the ground? And that right there is the whole entire all the information
Gary,
dealing with it.
Put the mouse up. Where's the mouse? Okay, go to the magnifying glass. Up, right
Yep,
there.
right there.
Right there. Keep clicking. Okay, now. What the hell does that say?
That right there is just the. That right there was just the information
You're right.
of how it's sent, of how they classify the national defense airspace, what it has to do. Pilots do not adhere to the following procedures may be intercepted, so no planes are allowed over there. They can be interviewed by law enforcement, security personnel if any of the following additional actions also be taken against a pilot who does not comply with the requirements or any special instructions or procedures and announced in this NOTAM. The FAA may take administration action including imposing civil penalties and the suspension or revocation of airmen certificates.
Okay, so scroll down, Gary. But what does that mean in English?
It's pretty much saying that if anybody flies near there, so if you had a plane, little Cessna or whatever, you wanted to fly over it, you're not allowed to. Not allowed to see it from the air.
Okay.
Why would you block all that out if it's a bombing that happened on the ground? I keep saying it's a missile. You would normally protect, right? When 9/11 happened, what do? We took all the planes out of the airspace, right? Because we didn't know who else was flying in the air for protection. You want to? That's how I put the two and two together. Where it makes you raise an eyebrow, and you're like, why would that happen? And that was one of the things that happened right after that. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Like, why would you not do that?
Yeah.
Well, there's only one reason why you wouldn't do it.
Is if a missile came and hit the fucking building.
Right. Or, to me, it's like a setup.
Yeah. And what I heard was that the good guys got the information out of that. And that was the aftermath of it.
Who's the good guys?
People that are on Trump's side.
Which is who?
The white hats.
Who's the white hats?
The white hats are like the good people in the government.
Like who?
Bro, we're not getting into this. We're not doing this. Who, why, whatever. Yeah, so
Gotcha.
We can't do that.
Yeah,
We'll
no, but it makes sense. It makes sense.
But that's another thing that I pulled out, and I was like, that's weird of why that would be happening. And not to mention at the Nashville airport, there is a secret drone program that goes on around there, which is not even 5 miles away from Nashville, which Gary probably knows about already too. Secret drone program that goes out of there, and that's where the Space Force has that secret drone program.
You know, Gary?
No, I didn't know that.
Just elaborate on that a little bit, and I'll let you get out of here.
Like, I get scared talking about all this shit. So I say certain information, and I let.
All right. No,
my goal is to allow people that when they read this, I want you to go do your information.
Yeah, you figure out.
If you're that intrigued into it, I lay the groundwork, and I can't put the puzzle pieces together. If after watching this video, I want you to go do your own information as much as I do, and it's not about me creating.
It for yourself.
It's not about me creating the information for you to create your. It's. I lay a little bit of the groundwork. You go and do the rest of the groundwork of finding it, and then you come to your very own conclusion about it. And these are the conclusions that I've come to it from the information that I've worked for and the information that I find.
Well, it makes sense. If you add A plus B plus C plus D.
A lot of it doesn't add up. And it was perfect timing that the Nashville bombing happened. The second that I hit that, I was like, there's something written all over this thing. This thing stinks to high hell, and it does.
It was like the water main break
at the State Farm Arena.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same
building
shit. That was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was actually a clogged toilet.
Yeah, clogged toilet, my ass.
Yeah,
it's all such bullshit.
It went from clogged toilet to a water main break.
And this is the scary part about what is happening with the world now is the information that people are allowed to know changes your instinct of what is the actual true events that have happened. which is why Trump wants to abolish Section 230. You can't.
What's 230? What is
Section
that?
230 is that right now all of the big techs have pretty much immunity from anything. You can't get sued. You can't. They have.
Is that like Silicon Valley?
Yeah, all like Instagram, Facebook, all of that. That's Section 230. That's how they're flagging videos or censoring videos that they don't like.
President.
Yeah,
the president comes out and says something, and they go in blue underneath. They go, this is information is contested, and it's not true.
Donald Trump posted something giving respects to Pearl Harbor victims. He posted a picture on when was December 4th? 7th. The 7th. I know it's right around there. But he posted a picture of that, had nothing to do with anything of the election. And then on that picture, they had a little blue dot and said, President Biden is the president-elect. What is giving regards? That's what's scary about what's going on is the information that you're giving to the masses can get you behind any type of movement that they want you to believe.
Yeah,
and that's what's fucking scary.
Because they can manipulate the media,
exactly.
Right? And
exactly.
then if you watch the media, then they got
you don't
to
know
your
what
brain.
to believe. Exactly.
And then you're confused,
television.
Or you're
say television in 3 syllables.
Away.
Tell-a-vision.
What's that mean?
Television.
Tell-a-vision. Tell-a-vision.
That's
Interesting.
All of it's all theatrics.
How smart is this kid? How old are you, Brian?
26.
How smart is this kid at 26?
We got two young guys.
Smart as a motherfucker.
And Sean, too. You know what Sean said the other night? And he's going to D.C. on Wednesday. And he'll.
I wish I could, or else I would be off.
Oh, he'll send me the stuff that he's
I'd
doing.
bear that if I could. I'd come there strapped up and everything.
They got 3 million people going.
I guarantee they got more than that. They're going to be a hell of people that are going there.
They're going to the Capitol building at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Those people are pussies. When they see that many people, they're going to get it. Because I've never seen anything like this.
No, this is the 1776 revolution.
So now, I'll let you know after this, right? What's going to happen on the 6th?
I think arrests are going to be made on the 6th. 100%
No, give me
arrest.
something better than that.
That's what I believe is going to happen.
Just arrest?
No, Trump.
Major arrests.
Trump. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear him.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be arrested on the 6th. I think the whole world is going to learn a bunch of new information that has been hidden from the public for far too long.
But how is that going to... Okay, but how is that going to help...
the entire mindset of the entire general population. That's what I believe.
I don't know about that one. But how is that going to help him
I don't know.
things?
I don't know. I don't know into the future,
There's
bro.
got to be more to it than that, man. What's your opinion, though? What's your opinion? What is your opinion?
I just told you.
Just fucking arrest?
Yeah, I think there's going to be major arrests on a global scale. I think that's all going to be... I think there's going to be so many people there.
Didn't think about global. You might be right.
Yeah.
But who cares? The point is how is he going to overturn it?
I would just have to find out.
Can I help you with that?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Help me out with this, Gary.
All right,
Tap
go
me
ahead,
in,
Gary. Go ahead.
All right, so what he's going to do is he's got a ton of evidence they're going to present. Then the senators and the congressmen are going to object to the electors. Each state, 2 hours in each. So you got 12 hours of debate. Okay? If before the 6th, and you might see it Monday and Tuesday, that they decertify Biden in enough votes, if he doesn't get 270, it goes into the House. Trump's president.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, no courts. That's just the way the Constitution's written.
You don't need Pence for that?
No.
Well,
you need Pence to decertify it if those people are still going regardless.
Yeah, if they're going to come and they're going to vote for Pence,
he can say, no, I'm taking these ones.
He can say he has the ability, per the Constitution, if the evidence is there, to say, I don't take these, and Trump wins. Trump's going to win.
I'm telling you, he's going to fucking win.
I hope you guys are right. All right,
and
well, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you for having me.
I'll let you get out of here.
All right.
I know you got a new I don't know if you want me to say it.
No, let's not. Let's not.
I understand. But thank you for coming in. You're my day one guy.
Thanks for having me on, boss.
I'll always have you on, man.
Thanks, boss.
You're one of my best friends.
That was a good one.
I love you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Love you too, bro.
Thank you, Gary.
No problem.